Sonia is a hypnotherapist and identity mentor, and I met her for coffee last week. She told me she had a huge launch coming up and she really wanted to generate more leads and dial in on her personal brand. The same system that allowed me to scale my own coaching business to 50k months organically. We sat down together and I talked her through the 4 core systems I use to build a magnetic personal brand that consistently attracts new clients. The goal of this video is to help her get very clear on what she needs to do in order to grow her personal brand and consistently bring in new leads so her business growth is actually predictable. I'm going to show you the session we had together where we broke down everything. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to go through like everything that we have on the side here. So first piece is going to be just overall strategy. So this is going to be like bio optimization and just going through like your story highlights, everything got to do with the wording of things, just to make sure your messaging's on target and on par. Then we'll go through your brand pillars, unlimited content ideas, just to give you a big pool of like loads of ideas that you can use again from here on out in different styles and different formats. I'm going to go through a little section on conscious content. So that's kind of that yapping style and just how to optimize that to get the most return on views and most return on new people coming in from that casual kind of yapping style. Then we're going to go over your creator vision, and I have like loads of different examples of storytelling kind of templates that you can use to input your story into. That's going to bring you in leads. And then just the overall blueprint. This is more so for you that you can go through after the call in your own time, just like all my little learnings from social media, the algorithm and everything, how it works. So you can kind of take that away and go away and implement all that stuff as well through everything we do. Gorgeous. So starting with you and your profile. So starting with story highlights, I'm actually just going to open this tab here with you on the side so that we can reference your profile as needs be. So for story highlights is the first thing we're going to go through, because when people land on your page, so straight away, the first thing that they're going to tap into is story highlights. So there's 2 main ones. We want the first one to be like a little bit about you, your story and who you are. And the second being any feedback, trust, credibility, testimonials, any screenshots you have from people as well. So that's straight away. So say for an example, mine, I'll open mine here for a reference. When they jump in, you can literally use this template as well for your storytelling template. It's like a baby photo of you and saying something along the lines of, like mine was like, I didn't always know where I was going, and then just goes through my whole journey. I grew up in Ireland, so that you could do the same where you grew up. Then going into maybe your school life, how you felt in school. Mine is football, but maybe for yours, what was your part of your journey again? You used to work in corporate, COVID hit. Anyways, you can use that as like a template to showcase your story. So straight away when they come onto your page, they're seeing where you came from, they're building trust with you, they're seeing your credibility, how you got to the point you're at basically.
I have a carousel that I made recently about mine that says like who I am.
Yeah.
This one. Maybe I can make this in a story format as well.
Exactly. Literally perfect. You can use literally, that's so cool. You can use that picture and just use a different template for it. That's perfect. So think of it from the perspective, like you always want to put yourself in your ideal client's shoes. So when they find you and they come across you and they're like, oh my God, so cool what she does. The first thing they kind of want to see is this, even though it's in your profile, which is amazing. Yeah. They're going to click in here. So having one of your highlights been that, and the second one just being social proof. So you'll see my second one's just random screenshots of like testimonials, voice notes, clients' feedback. Doesn't matter kind of like what format it's in. Like some of mine are just screenshots of like messages and stuff like that, but just like any sort of like client feedback, trust.
I do have messages, some voice messages. I interviewed the girl so I could use the video.
Amazing.
But because obviously like the stuff that I work through is way more deeper and personal, so some people don't feel comfortable sharing their face. Yeah. So she was asking me if I could mask her face. I said, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Blur it out, or even, there's people who are really uncomfortable. You can just ask, can I use the screenshot and just not say your name and not even put the face at all. If it's people that are really uncomfortable, that's fine as well. Perfect. So that's going to be like, and then the rest of your highlights don't really matter. They can all be like what you have about your life, about you, about like anything. We just want to have your first 2 as your story and your testimonials to like show that credibility. Then going into your bio. So your bio is good, but it's just, there's a lot of room for like, what does she actually do? How can she actually help me? So the main things you want to have in your bio is like your I help statement. So I help this person achieve this result without this painful problem or this pain point of some sorts as well. So say for yours right now, identity alchemist, nervous system work, no healing therapy delusion here. Your higher self is blocked by your current identity. Like it is good and it's credible, but you want to just make it like, because confused buyer will never buy. So they have to be like so clear. This is for me. This is like, oh my God, I need this. This is exactly I'm exactly who she's helping.
I've had a challenge to fit it in one thing because it's not one thing. Like for example, some people help people on the money aspect of their life. Some it's the love aspect. Some is career. Mine is like everything.
So you could say like, I help women transform their life through identity and nervous system work. Like that would be probably pretty powerful. And then you could say, so then the next part is, so there's 2 parts to it. So it's I help person achieve specific result. And then you also have this, which is really good, your stand against. So I help women transform their lives through identity and nervous system work without healing therapy delusion. So you could add that in as well.
Okay.
So it's like without this kind of like common misconception of what people think they need.
Yeah, my main statement is that I say that you don't have to do the deep digging, like you don't have to dig deep to be able to heal yourself or like improve or transform. It's not necessary.
Love that.
That's what I actually stand for, because that's what I understand. A lot of people kind of push people to that. Oh, you need to know the root of like this exact trauma and where exactly it comes from. But it doesn't really fix anything. I've done that. I've done the digging. I figured it out. But that's not what helps you change it. Understanding what is the different story you want to tell yourself. Like, what is the story you actually want to know about yourself to be true? By understanding that is what you change it, not digging. You can understand everything and you're still not going to move.
Love that. And if you could summarize that into like one, like what would be the common thing that people would associate pain with, the old approach? It's probably like...
Not without having to dig too deep into your drama.
Trauma. Without, it's like the past, because that's what people always say about therapy. Is like, or you could say like without getting stuck in the past, or without like continuously going back to your past. That would be like a really powerful line.
Because I see a lot of people pain points that as like, even on threads or people mentioning how they're going through therapy, and they're saying that I've been talking about the same thing over and over for the past 5 years.
Exactly. I hear that all the time as well. I think that's a powerful statement. I help women transform their lives through identity work and nervous system work without getting stuck in your past, or without continuing to go back to your past or something like that.
Okay. The only challenge with this is that, and this is what I wanted to kind of like ask you as well, because my main work is a method I call the triple shift.
Yeah.
Which is going through those 3 shifts of mind, body, and soul. And that's not being mentioned anywhere in this bio or anything. Does that matter?
So not necessarily, because what you want to always have in your mind is like, that's your approach and that's giving people what they need. But on Instagram, you want to give them what they want. So nobody like wakes up being like, okay, I want the mind, body, soul approach. They wake up wanting to transform their lives.
Sure.
So you like tell them what they need, and then they come into you, and then you give them, you tell them what they want, then they come into you and you give them what they need. So that's like your, like say for example with me, like all I talk about on my bio is like, I help people build a business, I help people build the mindset, I help you make more money. When they come in, they get all this other stuff that I do, which is like the magnetic mindset work, identity work, like all this other stuff that I don't actually talk about that much on Instagram. Yeah. Because with your positioning, you always want to attract what people through their pain points and dream results, and then you give them what they need in there as well. For here, so the purpose of this is SEO. So all this here does is that when someone is looking for you, so say like someone's struggling, they're looking for you, they pop something into Instagram, whatever's here will dictate whether you show up for them or not. Exactly. So Identity Alchemist, like I'd leave in hypnotherapy for sure. Identity Alchemist, like a lot of people wouldn't put in Identity Alchemist probably in that thingy. So you kind of want to look for more words. So say like mine is mindset and business coach. So that means if someone types in business coach, I come up, and if someone types in mindset coach, I come up. So your hypnotherapy for sure is something that people will put in. What
EFT expert or EFT
tapping, yeah. That's good as well. I think just Identity Alchemist, changing that to something that's more searchable, SEO optimized, so that you're giving yourself more exposure when people search something. So what would your ideal client, what would they be looking for? What would they think they need help in terms of what would they search?
I think that's what I lack clarity in.
Yeah.
When I say identity, like my work has a lot to do with self-limiting beliefs, self-image, self-concept, paradigm, subconscious work, subconscious mind, reprogramming, right? Nervous system work, emotional regulation.
Yeah.
These are all the things that it involves. So we want to kind of tailor to people that are looking for those kind of things, I guess.
Probably like mindset is a bracket that kind of incorporates and encapsulates all of that, would you say? Because if someone's say looking for limiting belief help, and if someone's looking for self-concept help, they probably would be it's all related to the mind.
But then I don't want people to get me wrong with being a mindset coach.
Yeah. But see, if you had that just as a keyword here, when they come into your bio though, they're going to see what you do. As such, because they know then you have hypnotherapy qualification, EFT, and they know you help people transform their lives through.
We keep this?
This part here?
The Identity Alchemist part?
I
kind of want this to be my name as well.
Okay, sweet.
Because someone that people, because I feel like it might not be clear, but what do you think? Doesn't it create curiosity? Or if somebody knows what alchemy is, wouldn't it kind of give it away?
Yeah, so it comes back to your ICP. If it depends, are you targeting more so someone at the beginning? Because someone advanced in their healing journey, advanced in like esoteric work and like all of this, like I know what that means. Yeah. But someone at the beginning of their journey would not. if that makes sense. So some of the beginner journey will probably be like, what is that? I have no idea what that is. And just like nearly like the opposite way, where someone who knows what alchemy is, who knows what even identity work is, there's so much people who need help with transformative mindset, self-belief, that don't even know because we're obviously so into the self-improvement space that we know all these things. Exactly. And sometimes we nearly forget what it's like to be back at the very start where you literally know nothing.
Yeah, that is true.
So it just depends. If you're ICP, if you're more targeting like heavily people who are already a lot into self-improvement, then I would use that. But if you're trying to also target people who are at the very early stages, I would probably try to make it simpler for them so that it's less scary and it's more accessible.
So at the same time, I feel like I do want someone that has some sort of understanding, because even my work, the main thing I'm trying to help people through this challenge is for people that have done some sort of work, and they still can't get out. Like maybe they've done therapy, maybe they've done some coaching, maybe they've done some mindset, affirmation, I don't know, law of manifestation, journaling, and they still don't see a change, or they see a bit of change and they're back to the same patterns, same cycles, same situations all over again. That's what this program is really made for.
Amazing.
For people that have had some sort of actions, but no results still.
Amazing.
So they're still stuck.
That's really good to know, because
that's where I've been. And that's what I can relate to the most.
You can lean into that in your marketing so much as well. It's like you've tried the therapy, you've done the healing work, you've done everything you're supposed to do, and you still feel stuck.
That's even what we've done in the website part as well. Like all of these things are kind of like mentioned on the landing page. Because
amazing.
I don't know. I really like. I would love to help people that don't know that this is what's causing them.
It's kind of more about the mindset. I think it's like someone has to be like open to self-improvement and want to better themselves and decide to do it for themselves, not someone who's like half in, half out.
Because if I'm talking to you about patterns, or I'm talking to you about identity, and you're completely clueless, I feel like I'm just hitting a brick wall.
So I think that's even stronger positioning, and that even helps us back with this as well. So I think even a stronger positioning for this, instead of like I help women transform their lives, because that's kind of basic. It's like I help women who've tried the therapy transform their lives without healing delusion or some healing delusion or something like that. You get me? Because I think that's even more. If I'm someone who's tried therapy and I see that bio, I'm like, she's the exact person I want to work with, because I have tried all these things and I still haven't seen progress, and she like obviously knows something.
A lot of people these days.
It is. It's a huge amount of people.
An article. I'll just show you a quick screenshot of it.
Of course.
This, I don't know if it looked like it's a marketing aspect that they were trying to do as well, but it's being posted on a psychology wellness like a platform, like a news website or something, and they've done this research, and it's basically saying that 7 out of 10 people, adults in therapy, they basically hit a plateau after 40 sessions, right? And it's because they're trying to fix something in a program that is not active, right? That's not conscious. It's on the subconscious part. And by talking actively, you're just consciously trying to fix it.
Wow.
So that's where my hypnotherapy comes into place, and that's exactly how it changes those patterns and everything at its core, where therapy is not able to do.
This amazing, and even for that, like you can green screen that and just, you know, the way that you have your head here, and you can do that. Like that's the kind of content you can make that's going to literally pull exactly the person that you want into that.
I literally took this as a idea as well, to kind of like talk about this, because literally everybody that I even talk to in person, and I talk about therapy and stuff, they all can connect to this, that they feel like therapy at some point just
everyone I've spoken to as well.
For people that already have this self-awareness, for example, for me, it really didn't do nothing.
Yeah, same.
I'm sitting down with my therapist and I'm telling her exactly my problem, where the pattern is coming from, and why I'm like this, and she's just listening.
100%.
So what am I doing?
I think that is your USP. I think it's like, I have women who've tried therapy, transformed their lives without healing delusion. I think that's nail on the head, exactly who you're targeting. That's going to position yourself so much stronger than just like it's putting you in a category of one. Exactly.
I can talk even basic. That's the challenge.
That's putting you in a complete category of one. Like your differentiation in the marketplace. Like there's very few people who are talking like that, and it relates to such a huge pool of people. So I think that's going to be your USP with that. Amazing. As an SEO optimization, so just jumping back to this for a second. So I think keep it in hypnotherapy, keep it in EFT, and you can keep an Identity Alchemist up there. I probably wouldn't still have it here, because even if you're thinking about that profile of person,
or I can keep it here and not have it here. What do you think? Which one is better?
I'd say just because of our limited amount of words and what else we want to include, it's better up here because it's taken away from words. If you can fit it in and it's not taken away from the most important point, is clearly who you help, your credibility markers, and what was the third thing? Your credibility markers, clearly who you help, and your call to action. Yeah. If it fits in after that, sweet. But I wouldn't take out one of those things to put that in, if that makes sense, because they're your like core points that people need to know and see if they're going to trust you enough to work with you. Even like identity, instead of alchemist, because no one would identity work or identity coach or identity mentor.
Identity mentor,
because
identity expert.
that's the because that's the words people will be searching. It's more like people will search coach, people will search mentor. They're the two like keywords that people will search if they're looking for help with something on Instagram. So I would probably put either coach or mentor as instead of alchemist, because no one will search alchemist.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, amazing, sweet, okay,
perfect.
Pin post then. So your first pin post, the journey one, amazing. You did an absolutely class job on that. It's 10 out of 10. And then one other thing you want to prove is social proof. So the two main reasons that I found in terms of why people purchase is they've seen that you've done it for yourself, which you've done it for yourself, but also social proof. They want proof it works for other people. So it doesn't have to be like anything fancy, literally just screenshots or like any form of like credibility in terms of people you've worked with, results you've gotten. Even what I would recommend doing if you don't have anything that's like unreal in terms of people are not comfortable sharing and you don't have like a quality, like one that people are comfortable sharing, is if you ask someone, can I do a free session in return for a testimonial? And they agree to that, and then you're able to get them to do a good testimonial for you as well. Like that would be worth its weight in gold for you, because having someone even speak in pin, that's just like really strong positioning in terms of, even think about you working with me, like you wouldn't trust me probably if you didn't see any testimonials from any of my clients. You'd be like, you might, but you wouldn't. It would have been harder. So,
but the only challenge is I do have messages from people, from Instagram, from the group chats, from the school community, but I don't have much of videos. I have maybe one video.
No, it's okay. We don't even need videos. Messages is perfect.
Just messages.
The main thing about messages is you want it. So this is with testimonials where people go wrong. They just post the message without posting the story. So people need to see themselves in the person. So if you're posting a message, you want to say, so for an example, this is a really good example.
Sure.
Jumping into this. It's like, if I was just to post Lauren hit her first 5K month, no one, like, people would think that's not possible for me, it's not average for me. So what you want to do is you want to paint the picture. So where she was before. So before I started working with me, I had lots of ideas, I had a vision, but I had no offer. I was doing everything, I was trading my time for money. So you want to really paint the story. So with those screenshots you have, you want to be like something like, okay, say if it's Jane who's screenshot in school, you want to say, before Jane came to me, she had tried therapy for X amount of years. She had read all the self-improvement books, she'd listened to podcasts, but nothing was changing. She was still feeling really stuck. And after the work we did together, she achieved this and this and this. So that way people are going to see that and be like, yes, that's exactly what I am facing and that's exactly what I need help with.
Okay.
So that's an important part of testimonials.
If I were to do something like this though, then I don't have any pictures or anything of the person.
Is there any that you can think that you could even ask, can I use a photo of you? You know, the what screenshots you have, you could just be like, could I use a picture of you for a testimonial? Okay, well, this is another option. What you could do is something like this. This is like an easy one again format. It could be like your name and then I'm a hypnotherapist and whatever you want to, I would say, identity coach from Canada, and then I work with women who have tried all the therapy and want to transform, like, and then you could say just the name and the screenshot, and you don't have to put the picture. The picture could be just like some like B-roll off a beach or something, and you say like Jane who achieved this, and then screenshot, and then you just go through 3 or 4 of them, or like Orla who achieved this, and then screenshot here. If that makes sense. That could be like a good, I'll tag that in, that could be a good template that you could use for that. But the main thing is you just want to explain where they were before and not just put the screenshots. You want to say like Orla who had tried therapy for 3 years and then was still stuck and then achieved dream result.
Some sort of story.
And if you need more, like I would just offer on your stories, because it's going to be really good for you as well. Like literally come on, it's good lead generation. Just come on your story and be like, I'm giving 2 free sessions away this week that will help you dream result in exchange for a testimonial. DM me to apply. And then you're going to get messages, you're going to get leads, and then you can give away 2 sessions and get 2 really, really good videos, because they're so worth it. Like for an hour of your time to get like an unbelievable testimonial video at the start, it's just paying, because people really go on that in terms of if they have that social proof, they're like, yes, like straight away, I trust you 10x more.
But while I'm going through your lunch doing that, you don't think it would have any...
Because your launch is like lower ticket as well, because this is like 1-to-1 and it's not the same program, it's different. I would just say like, make it different, position it different, to be like, this is like a 1-to-1 exclusive call with me where we'll uncover your blocks, what's holding you back. It's position it differently.
True.
And just be like, yeah. And even those people that might come into the community after too, so you never know that you could like, they get the free call, they could be really good leads, and everyone, you're only going to pick 2 people. So if you get 10 leads, the rest are going to be leads that you can sell into your community as well. But like the 2 free calls are gone, but I actually have this launch coming up that helps people do all of this for a lower ticket price if you want information. So I would do that. Even 1, you don't have to do 2, but even just 1 to get like a banging video. Because like even if I seen a story from you, I would do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even someone else like me, or even like me, or like anyone, like there's so much people, even in this building, you know, you get someone and you get a really good testimonial off them. So good. And then this one's good. I know it's like it's like a launch, but like what I would do is, this is good as well, but just explain in more detail exactly what it is. Yeah. So you can have this video, I would just change the caption to like make it really, really clear, because people will never buy something that they don't know what it is, even though it creates curiosity, which is great. I would put here, this is perfect, but just add as well what they get. Like you get access, in this program you're gonna get access to. So then next on to, what do you have that your ideal customer wants? Because again, information is accessible everywhere. People can get information on ChatGPT, Google, so much places. So you wanna show that you're the embodiment of what your transformation is, because you are. So you just wanna showcase that. So what's 5 things, we can go through this together, like what's 5 things that you have in terms of how you feel on a day-to-day basis, like things that you have that your ideal client would want?
I'm super clear about like who I am in my core, so I don't get confused by other people's opinion about me or what they think of me, or whatever I want to pursue. If I know that it's the right decision and I take action, I'm not codependent on getting validation from people. I don't need someone to tell me that this is the right decision for me to feel like it's the right decision. I'll take action based on my own inner intuitive being.
Love that.
And I have that relationship with myself now, where I'm super connected with my inner self, with that intuitive part of me, that I get to have answers very quickly when I ask a question. And that's something that I know for most people, they're so disconnected. Like if you were to just sit down and ask a question, you're like, well, nothing came up. I'm like, yeah, of course it won't come up like that, right away.
Absolutely. Love that.
So that's definitely one thing. Another thing is I'm very clear with knowing if an emotion is coming up is related to, what is it related to? Where is it coming from, and how can I regulate it?
Yeah.
So I give it the validation it needs. I don't judge it. I don't resist it. I don't reject it. I don't suppress it, because that's what I used to do before, and that's what got me sick. Versus now I have exact tools that I know, okay, feeling a little bit of anxious, let's do a little bit of breath work, let's do EFT. I'm having these thoughts come up, okay, what is this thought coming from? Let's say it's doubt. Why do I have doubt? Because of previous experience. Okay, so this is just based on previous experience. It's not a fact, it's not truth, it doesn't mean the same thing would happen again.
Amazing.
I just feel like it would, because that's the only experience I have of it.
Amazing.
Right? So then, okay, let's reframe it. Okay, let's do this practice. Now I feel safe. Most of us have the challenge to let go of fear, let go of anger, let go of shame, let go of guilt, shame, anger, fear, because of exact I lost my train of thought. It was right there and I lost it.
It's okay, because of like what happened in the past, and they're repeating stories from the past rather than stepping into.
Yeah, but also being able to there we go. We all have that, and we can process it. And the main issue comes from lacking safety within.
Amazing.
We have our safety based on our relationship, based on our work, our income, all the external stuff. But if you were to take away all of that, would you still feel safe?
Love that.
And
love that. Amazing.
99% of the people won't.
Amazing. And then 2 more things.
Because I have a good understanding of my energy and how to alchemize it, I'm able to keep myself at that frequency and vibration of the things that I want to achieve in my life.
Yeah.
And I do believe in energy, because everything is energy.
Yeah.
And I believe that if your emotions or feelings are basically energy in motion, at the end of the day, that means that your nervous system is responsible for how you feel as well. And if you can regulate that, you know how to do the nervous system work. That means you're keeping your energy and your emotions in check, which rises your frequency and brings in everything you want.
Amazing. Perfect. And one more thing.
The mindset aspect of the work. a lot of people try to do mindset work based on, I don't know, affirmations and journaling and therapy and all those things. But there's a deeper layer, which is the subconscious part, and everything is stored there. Because I have the tool of hypnotherapy, I'm able to change that and substitute it with what is the belief they want to have. And because it's in a hypnosis state, they don't have that block, right?
Amazing.
To stop it from happening. So that's why with one session of hypno, you get a much faster results than you would have in 40-30 sessions of therapy. Because in therapy, you're consciously talking about it, you're consciously thinking of it. But in this work, you're going through the deeper layer, which is the subconscious part, and you're changing it at its core and its root.
This is unbelievable. Like, this is so good. So now what we do with this is we want to show, not tell.
Yeah.
So you have so much here, and like even from reading this, I'm like, oh, whoa, like this is amazing. Like, it is.
Exactly. There's so much, but I don't know.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk through that different ways that you can do this. So even like this, okay, let's just go through them one by one. So like, clear about who I am, my core, I don't get confused about other people's opinions. So how we apply, so what a lot of people do is they try to tell people how to do that instead of showing them in real life how you are doing that. Yeah. So for an example, like if you can think about the last few weeks or the last few months, when a situation occurred that you would have otherwise got confused by other people's opinions, but you actually listen to your own intuition and you tell that story, you're like, whatever it may be, like even like last night this thing happened, and like what I usually would have done is, because I wasn't knowing who I am at my core, I would have usually listened to other people's opinions, but I didn't. I listened to myself and So you're showing people that you're doing it for yourself rather than telling them what to do. Same with the second point. There's like so much here. I have so many ideas on this as well, but like have tools. Oh yeah, so like even with this, and also a huge aspect of trust, because one of the main reasons people work with you, especially in the line of work you do, is if they can feel like they trust you. So how you can do that really well is when you show a little bit of vulnerability around your life. So you still can gain so much authority and credibility if you're able to come on and say, oh, I felt a little bit of anxiety 3 mornings ago, but because I do this work, I knew exactly what to do to get to the root of it. I did some breath work, I did some EFT tapping, and it literally went away in X amount of time. So you're showing in real life you doing the work for yourself, that you have the ability to not let anxiety take over your whole day or take over your whole week, and nip it in the bud because you have these tools.
Okay.
And like that vulnerability and being able to share that as well, people are instantly going to trust you to be like, oh wow, not only is she's not coming across as like this guru expert who has her whole life together, she's able to be a bit vulnerable, and she's showing us in real time how to actually do this work. So like, I'm going to trust you and I want to work with you straight away off the back of that.
Okay.
Same with this, like literally you going like, okay, in real time, okay, I need an answer. I'm really confused. I'm not really exactly sure what to do decision, so I'm going to show you my exact process, because I've done so much work myself and connected myself. Here's my exact process to get instant answers. And then you literally show yourself like sitting down, show yourself like journaling, whatever you do, and it's like, got the answer straight. Like I got the answer straight away because of how connected I am with myself. So you're showing that you're like so embodied in what you're showing people how to do, and you're kind of showing the process of what you do to get the answers in terms of how connected you are with yourself and how quickly the answers come up in that sense as well. Same with this, like even with frequency and vibration, like even you can tell the story about how we met. It's like, I needed help with content, so, and like randomly a girl texts me, she met me, we have a session together, and now like my content's going amazing or whatever it may be. Like, but I say like just as that for an example, or like other times in your life because you were on the right frequency and vibration, how things just lined up. And if you can tell those stories, people are like, oh wow, she's embodied, she's on the frequency, I want that for myself, so I'm going to work with her. Absolutely. So like telling stories as much as possible around times in your life, because I know there's like even probably so much times in your life that you even said meeting people previously where people just come in and help when you needed help with things, and just all synchronistically aligns, and that kind of shows that magnetic side as well. You're showing that you're magnetizing opportunities to you, and the more you can tell stories like that, the more people are going to see you as like, oh wow, she has this, I want this, I want to work.
This part, I like it and I relate to it, and actually, you know what, I do have a lot of ideas around these things, or I've been trying to create this kind of content here and there. The challenge, I think, is the part that it ends up being too long, or I can't fit it in this short amount of time. Or remember when I was showing you the videos, you said the value of the video is good, but then the hook is the problem.
Yeah, we'll get to all that, don't worry. We're going to that. Okay. We're going to that.
So it's like, but I like that this is a better breakdown now in my head as
100%.
to how I can put a story
like just these 5 points are sick, and this one here as well. I think really I've done hypnotherapy and I love it, and I think leaning into that point that like you could do 30 or 40 therapy sessions and you will not get the same results as you would get in one hypnotherapy session, because we get to the root of your problems, we get to the root cause, and we're able to rip that out straight away and actually see changes straight after. So like talking about that as well would be class. Okay, perfect. with that as well. So then we go with finding your formats. We're just going to talk a little bit on that as well. So I know you said you liked Jamie C's kind of style of raw talking heads. So even just looking, so we do some viral research together as well, but look at stuff like this as well. So when you're looking at a viral template, there's 3 aspects in terms of what you're looking at. So you're looking for the verbal hook, which is what they're saying, the visual hook, which is what they're doing, and the static hook, which is what's written on the screen. So for an example, this is one that done really well for her, that got her a lot of leads. So what does your client want? What do they wake up in the morning saying, I want that?
People that deal with the stuff that I've dealt with, anxiety. They want to get rid of anxiety. A lot of people wake up anxious.
So what's the opposite to anxiety? What's the word?
Feeling calm, happy, energetic, excited.
You could say, instead of train your body to feel calm, energetic, and excited. So something like that. So you take like the template and you reverse it to, okay, what is this? So it's prep your body for more money is the dream result. You're not talking about money specifically. So you change this to what your client wants. So you always keep putting yourself, when you're thinking of hooks, you always want to keep putting yourself back in the shoes of your dream client. So when they see this piece of content, are they going to be, oh my God, I need to listen to this video, essentially. Like, oh, this is the template.
There are actually 3 specific ways that your body is going to communicate to you when it says, we are not calibrated to more monies.
There's actually 3 specific ways your body's going to communicate with you and then something about anxiety. So there's actually 3 ways that your body's going to communicate with you.
Well, the reason why some people just wake up anxious anyway is because our body's smart and it stores emotions. So sometimes the anxiety you're feeling right now might not be even related to right now. It might be related from a week ago.
Wow.
Ago.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really, I didn't even know that. So that's really cool. So something like that is like, so we want to try to take this template. So we're going to say...
There are actually 3 specific ways that your body is going to communicate to you when it says, we are not calibrated to more money. So
maybe like there's actually 3 specific ways that your body's going to communicate with you when there's anxiety stuck that maybe isn't even from the present moment, but could be from the past or something like that. And then you go on to continue with that as well. So that's the 3 aspects. We have our static hook, we have our verbal hook, and then she's just sitting down with her 0.5 camera in a room. So that's kind of how you take that viral template and then you plug in your information to something that's already got 2,000 leads and went super viral.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain this more as well, but that's just, again, start of the principle with that as well. So what you do for this is going to be your viral research. You can do this and send them over as well. I want you to find 5 creators that you really look up to. You're like, I like their vibe, I like their personal brand, I like their authenticity, whatever it may be. And then you're going to go through like that and you're going to save 5 of their most viral videos. And then like that, then you're going to have 25 templates that can help you plug and place your content into, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you'll have a bank then, and we're going to do this more together as well, but you'll have a bank of 25 like proven viral templates. It doesn't even matter if it's not on the same topic or if it's not in the same niche, but like we just did there, you can plug and play your information and these points here also into these templates to make them applicable to your ICP and your dream client.
Okay.
Then this reel here, so I'm going to show you the whole process behind that. So when I was a mindset coach, this reel here made me €151,000 simply from this like one Instagram reel. I'm going to show you the whole process behind creating it. So it got me 2,000 leads and this was the reel. It's like, I know I'm meant from, is that really bright? Yeah, no. I know I'm meant for more, but I don't know what to do next, the plan you need. It's like information, it's very loud. Basically it was just like information and then CTA was DM me purpose. So actually it was way more leads than that because people were DMing me as well as commenting. And then comment here, DM here. So loads of leads generate from that. So the whole process behind creating that. So what I did was the first step, and this is how you can do it for like obviously your niche. So researching viral formats and topics. So when I was a mindset coach, the main thing I kept doing this, what I'm telling you to do is put myself in the shoes of my dream client. And what they would have been searching for is because I help people find their purpose and build more discipline. So purpose, discipline, limiting beliefs, mindset work, morning routine, all these keywords that they'd be searching. So I'd search those all the time and I'd save all the viral formats I could find on those topics. So say for an example, let's do that for yours. We'll do it as we go just so I can show you. But like let's come up with 5 things that your ideal client would be searching for on Instagram or TikTok and needing help with.
Emotional regulation. How to fix anxiety, I guess. A lot of people deal with boundaries issues or how to set boundaries. How to say no.
Yeah.
Like these are the basic stuff.
Yeah.
How to attract what I want.
Yeah, class. It's perfect. So
yeah.
So what we do then,
many.
we're just going to do it on TikTok. But you can do it on TikTok or Instagram.
I actually used to do this previously when I was working with the previous marketing guy that I hired. But then my content ended up looking like a lot like other people's content.
So what we want to do, so that's the key. We're not copying, we're literally just taking inspiration. So that's where people go wrong, is they just replicate everything. So I'm going to show you how we can do this, but still make it your own. So for an example, with motion regulation. So this is how you make it your own. So all we want to take is the hook and the topic. So 6 years of motion regulation in 60 seconds. So you don't want to copy this video at all. You have your own valuable information and your own life experience that you want to share. So all this is format is a talking head, hook is 6 years of motion regulation in 60 seconds, up here and down here. So you just make your own video in your own format, wherever you want, talking in the car, talking in your house, and just say 6 years of motion regulation in 60 seconds. And that's all you want to take from that. And then you put all your own information in. So it's completely your video, but it's just using the aspects of this that made it go so viral, because it's got 109,000 views and 13,000 likes. Does that make sense? So you're just like, because that's what everyone on Instagram, like even Jamie C, like every single person, it's all like market research data, taking what works, but the key is putting your own spin on it and bringing it back to your authentic self. Like if you want to say like what you previously would have done is like research really viral formats that were in podcast studios and professional audio, professional camera, and just copy and paste and you look like everyone else. But when you can take parts of it that made it go viral and plug it into your authenticity, how you enjoy creating content, even the app style. So that's like a really good example of the app style that you can just do in your own house, in your own clothes, in your own way of speaking, with your own frequency, all this stuff as well. That's just a way you can take that. So let me tell you how I learned to emotionally regulate myself and control my emotions is the hook, and then the static hook is how I learned to emotionally regulate myself. So again, with a talking head of your own, you can just talk about that and from your experience. So you're only taking the parts of it that went viral and you're plugging in your own personal experience, your own lessons, your own stories. Okay. So that's just how you're going to optimize to get the most amount of views in, because 80% of a video success is all down to the hook. So if you can actually use, like you could come up with
people's hooks.
You could come up with like 300 hooks yourself off your brain, and none of those might do anything because they haven't been proven. Or you could just find 5 to 10 hooks that have already been proven and then put in your own information. It's not copy it, because all your information is coming from your life experience, your qualifications, your story. Like it's all you. All you're taking is the aspects of it that made it go viral, essentially. And you can do that. So that's just that one keyword. You can do that with all the keywords. And then again, you find your own information. Then you input your own values. That's where people go wrong. They just literally copy and paste the exact video with the exact same length, with the exact same information almost. They're just copying and pasting. But what we want to do is make sure you're inputting your lessons, your value, your authenticity into the video. So we're not copying, like we don't even watch the rest of the video. What I usually do is I don't even watch it, because then my brain starts accidentally putting in their information almost sometimes if I watch the whole video. So what I usually do is I don't even watch the whole video. I literally just watch.
Exactly. That was the challenge, I think.
Yeah, so don't watch, just literally just watch the hook like we just did there, and then just go off and make your own. That's what I always do, so it doesn't influence. Okay. Then you want to offer any tiny bit of free something off the back of the video. So
I have a very good one actually.
Perfect.
That would get people to understand that they do have a problem.
Perfect.
Which is the identity map quiz I was telling you.
Absolutely, that's literally gold mine.
Like literally when people do it, it tells them, okay, you are a looper, for example, or you're a shapeshifter,
perfect,
or you're the unconscious alchemist.
And people love a quiz as well, so that's perfect.
Yes, so, and then it's like an 8 questionnaire, and then it gives you an answer, and so far, everyone who's done it's been saying it's accurate.
Amazing.
So I'm happy for that part. But yeah, I think that's like one thing that people do, and then like, oh, so this is my pattern. Oh wow, that sounds, it makes sense. And then at the end, it kind of gives them the tips as to how they could go about it. For example, this says you need hypno, or you need EFT, or you need this, or you need that. I'll show it to you.
Perfect.
So
that's absolutely, literally, that's all you have to do with that.
Things that I could definitely do for free.
You could just literally, that's on all these formats you can make, you could offer that. Then you're going to generate all the comments, like we just seen there, you're going to generate like people commenting for it. Yeah. And then all these people are going to be your leads that you can then come back and message and then chat to. So book and message everyone to comment, and then try to get them on if either sales call or just tell them about your program, essentially. Yeah. So that's like
so far right now at the results, I told my person to add a hook at the bottom of the results for them to join the channel.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So that's what it is. Like
perfect.
If you want to fix the starter,
and then
challenge.
I would also double down on that, so have that, and then also follow up with them message wise. So everyone who comments this message to be like, hey, I hope you got a chance to get around to the identity quiz. Let me know how you get on. Yeah. By the way, what's your biggest struggle right now? And start a conversation from there as well. So that's going to be another way we're going to do things. So
Okay.
that's going to be helpful to use for like TikTok and Instagram, and then again saving yours. So there's two aspects to the viral research. It's going to be your creators that you're going to find, and then it's going to be the viral topics you're going to find. So there's two parts. You're going to find 3 on each topic. So that's going to give you 15 there, and it's going to give you 25 there. So you're going to have like a lot of reference points for viral templates, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So from there you're going to have 25. From here you're going to have 15 because you're going to do 3 on each topic.
And I think another important one would be something about therapy, because what would you search?
Yeah, I would search, or like healing, but then that's where you can make
Yeah,
your anti-healing videos. And yeah, I would search like maybe even like why therapy doesn't work. That's your stance on that as well. Like why therapy doesn't work, or like does therapy work? And then this is just random. Before we move on to the next chapter, this is just a random content idea that I've seen that was like banging for you. But like this, because it stopped my scroll and I was like, oh, that's kind of what you do and help people with. But like these kind of formats, like
Yes,
attracting
like
energy
the
versus
clone
chasing
ones.
energy, like
I
this
really
will
wanna do.
pop for you.
I really
Because like,
wanna do.
and people, this is literally what you do. It's like you like magnetic energy versus chasing energy, and how to step into the magnetic energy. And every female wants that. Like I feel like every female wants that. So it's such a broad pool of people you're attracting with that. And it's also people who are going to be your ICP as well. It fits into that pool. But I'll just play a little bit of this.
He hasn't texted me in 2 days. Should I send him something? Like a meme? That's not desperate, right? Oh, he hasn't texted me in 2 days? That's fine. I'm gonna go live my life. I keep reading.
Like so good. It just goes through different scenes. And it's entertaining. I watched this whole video and I was like, yeah, that would be perfect for you.
But does it have to be specifically related to relationship or like him? No, right?
No. You can literally say POV. What would be your idea? Do you have an idea in mind?
Well, relationship is one of the aspects that
Yeah.
I actually help as well, because I go through over the attachment styles, love languages, all those things as well with my coachings. No, right now, no.
You can have different
But
variations.
the cologne one, mostly the idea for cologne came up in my head in terms of what I was telling you before about the identity archetypes. Remember when I was showing you that lady that was showing like the manifestor generator?
Yeah.
Like this is how they act, or
Yeah.
this is how they think. Maybe something like that. But I don't know, like obviously the name of the archetypes is not as familiar to people, but maybe the hook could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I would also keep bringing yourself back to your ICP, because so like your ICP, they're not like, even though they're advanced in terms of the healing space, like they're not like, even me, like I've been doing self-improvement work for ages, but I still don't even know that level of like I know about the concept, but I know being back. Your ICP is probably me, like maybe even a year ago or 2 years ago, when I was like done therapy but nothing's working, and I know I've been doing hypnotherapy for 2 years, so I'm like a little bit more advanced in the journey. So you want to keep bringing yourself back to like what would appeal to my ICP, because someone who's done therapy for three years even and still haven't got results and still feel stuck, they still probably are not as leveled up in alchemizing identity to know about manifesting generator and those advanced names, but you can still talk about that, but you just want to word it in a way that's more accessible to your ideal client.
Exactly.
So like what you're saying, kind of.
That's the part that I haven't figured out how exactly to like simplify it more, so they can still connect to it, but also I can familiarize them.
Yeah.
With the
yes.
concept.
A girl who does this extremely well. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but I'll send it to you after. But she does like character style videos on.
She does what?
Character style videos. Do you know when you're playing two people, like the person who doesn't know and the person who does know?
Yeah, true.
She does it on advanced topics, but she really simplifies it. I'll send her to you after, but that could be a cool way of doing it potentially as well. She does it like really, really well. Even though she talks about advanced stuff, she's like making it really simplified. But yeah, there's definitely ways you can do that. But even for this, like attraction energy versus chasing energy, like what you could do is like POV, you stop texting, that's such a good hook. But you could say like POV, you got rejected, and it could be like attraction energy versus or you got rejected from a job. And it could be like attraction energy versus chasing energy. Chasing energy being like, oh no, like I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, I must have done something wrong. And then attraction energy being like, oh, the next opportunity is going to be way more aligned with me.
Exactly.
Or something like that. And you can do it in different formats too. So that could be like cool to do in that way, and finding a way to simplify what you said as well.
This is so basic. So to me, it's like very, very basic, right?
See, that's
It's
the
like
that's
most
the
of these
problem.
things is like I already know that, you know.
I
That's
face
the
that as well.
challenge.
That is the challenge because like you've obviously been in this space for so long that you're like, oh, everyone knows that, but they
And
don't.
then I think it's just like I feel like it's too basic that people will skip. What they
No,
already know it,
no.
you
Like,
know?
but even me, like I know this, but I still watch this whole video. I just think it's interesting. Like I still know this, but it's more entertaining and it's more applicable to like everyone. So you're gonna get that's like your top of funnel. You're gonna get a lot more people coming in from that, and then you can be more advanced in your middle of the funnel, which we'll talk about in a second. But for your top of funnel to get you more followers, usually you just want to try to be that like more broad, more like
Common stuff,
yeah.
common stuff.
Yeah, because it's not common sense to a lot of people. As much as you think it's common sense, because
Yeah.
you've done so much work yourself.
Yeah.
Like I would say 80% of people don't even realize like this. You know, it's true. So that's that. Okay, personal brand pillars. So going with this, we have lots here as well. So personal brand pillars, audience of buyers. So to build an audience of people that, again, like we talked about intentionality behind content, there's 4 aspects that people need to buy from you. So they need to like admire you, which is what we talked about up here. So this is all the reasons why people are going to admire you is these 5 things. So showcasing those, that's admirability. Then they have to like you, know you, and trust you as well. So we're going to go down through all that. And the principle here is like, if you think of any famous person in the world, like Ronaldo or like Justin Bieber, people only care about their lives because they're admired for having done something cool.
Yeah.
So people care about Ronaldo's girlfriend because he's famous for soccer. So it's because he's admirable that they are interested in his lives. So again, we've already done this, but like that's 5 things now that we have that your dream client would admire you for is the 5 things we have earlier. And that's going to be like your unique selling point. So we've done more for you just so there's like a broader kind of spool. So you're going to have these 5 pillars that we've got here, these 5 things that you've done for yourself. And that's what's going to be your USP. Because as much as there's so much hypnotherapists in the world, there's not a lot of hypnotherapists who are into frequency, into identity work, who know how to overcome anxiety, who also have EFT tapping. Like that's your uniqueness because you have all these things combined together. So the more you can like talk about those 5 aspects, the more you're going to be a category of one, and that's like your unique selling point to what you do. Then liking you. So we're going to talk more about this in your creator vision. But again, this is just to go over in your mind just so you know the intentionality behind the different things that we're going to be going through. But liking you is just hearing about your journey, hearing about your story, what makes you you, why do your friends hang around with you, where did you grow up, what have you been through. All those ideas are going to give people a reason to like you. And we're going to do this in a second as well. 10x, 10x, 10 is 10 life lessons you've overcome, 10 painful things that's made you to who you are, and then 10 life experiences that you've had as well. So that's going to really help with that like pillar, which we'll talk in more detail about. Third is that you know your shit, because you obviously do, you know your shit. So like little bits of actionable value, what your client can take and use and get a quick win from. That's really good. Like if there's anything that you can put out online, right, that like someone can listen to your video and they can apply it straight away and they can see a tiny, tiny win even in their life from.
Have you tried EFT?
I've actually never tried EFT.
Okay. So EFT tapping, when you go through a certain routine, like let's say if you're focusing on a certain emotion, and instantly you can feel the difference.
Wow, well then, yeah.
So even as a research, when people have done one session of EFT, just one session for that 5-10 minutes, their cortisol level has decreased by 47%.
Wow. That's insane.
If
Yeah,
you're
so
doing it for
wow.
stress, anxiety
So
purposes.
that could be a pillar where you're just talking to someone how to do it. Because I would watch that video as well because I'd be interested in knowing how to do it. And then someone can go and see it works, and then straight away I'm back to you being like, oh, tell me more. Wow, that was so cool. So that's that pillar basically of knowing your shit. And then results are king. So there's loads of formats I have here that you can look through in your own time about how to showcase your results and testimonials. So there's a trending.
Or I could do the hypnotherapy ones as well. You know the Ibrahim guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Some short
Exactly.
videos. I don't like. I've tried his a couple of times. Those short videos, no effect on me whatsoever. But because I feel like for a hypno session to actually feel some sort of a difference, it can't be fit in a 1 minute video.
For sure,
in a
for sure.
2 minute video, because you have to take the person really deep
For
into
sure.
what you're trying to induce them to feel.
For sure.
So I don't know.
For
I
sure.
don't want to do that. I don't know. It's that.
You can always test it, see how it works. Yeah, I actually, but then again, because you're more advanced, like I do them, and I actually do get, I get from doing them, like I feel it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
And I feel like people, especially people who've never done any of that work before,
Yeah.
they're still going to get it from you, and they're going to feel your energy, and there's different benefits as well. So you could try it if it aligns with you and something you enjoy creating, you could give it a go, but you don't have to. Then you can go through this as well in your own time. So these are all like formats that you can use to showcase your results. So there's storytelling carousel, I'll show you, there's loads of examples here. So these are just ways that you can show your results essentially. So this is like a way of storytelling with the client. So mine is like it all started with one simple message, and then I got an application from Sophie, and then it's her story, blah, 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 blah. It goes through her whole story.
But how would I get better at like, because I'm so bad at, no, don't say that.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at the wordings or wording what I want to say in the most short form possible or some way that would grab attention.
But with all these templates, you can literally copy and paste them to
Yeah.
your story. So literally, all you can literally say, if you have a similar client that you could do, you can literally say it all. You can take that hook, and you can go on to say, exactly X time frame ago, I got a message from a girl I didn't think much of at the time. Like you can literally use this. This is what's there for. You can use all these templates I have here. There's literally like 15, 20. All these you can use the hooks from. You can use the formats from, and all you have to do is just plug and play how applicable it is to your. You just plug and play the information from your client into this.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because these are all proven to actually work and bring in inbounds as well. So I've done like hundreds of these, but I've just taken my best performing 15 ones and plugged them in there. So these are again proven ones for you that you can use that are going to actually bring in inbounds. Unlimited content ideas. So this is going to be a worksheet that you're going to fill out in your own time as well, but this is going to give you a better idea of loads of things you can talk about. So the first pillar is authority. So you're going to come up with 3 main things in terms of what you want to be known for in relation to your offer and in relation to your program. So we can just come up with the 3 main topics together. You can change these if it needs to be as well, but like straight off the top of your head. So for my example is I want to be known as someone who helps people sign clients every single day, helps people build a magnetic personal brand with loads of inbound leads coming in, and helps my clients build an absolutely bulletproof mindset, self-belief and confidence. So they're like my 3 core things that I want to be known for in my industry. So what's your like 3 core things that you want to be known for helping people do in relation to what you sell?
Main thing right now is exactly what I'm trying to do through my challenge, which is taking people through an actual real identity work and being able to integrate it the right way. Because I don't believe that you can just do it on a mindset level alone or a body level alone or a soul level alone. So that goes to say that the spiritual aspect of it is important, the neuroscience aspect of it is important, and the nervous system aspect of it is also important, right? So to me, that's the only way you can really shift an identity. Otherwise, you'll keep snapping back to the old ways of doing things because your body is either rejecting it, your soul is either rejecting it, or your mind.
Amazing. That's insane. So that's one really core principle. And again, so then what you're going to do as well when you're filling this out yourself is you have your main thing, and then you're going to come up with 5 subcategories under this. So for example, you have taken people through an identity shift and actually integrating it the right way as a principle. And then you're going to say mind, body and soul healing, applying neuroscience. You're going to say 5 subcategories, and it's going to give you ideas that you can talk on in your content. So mind, body and soul content, using neuroscience, but also making sure that your actions and soul is aligned. You're just going to come up with 5 subcategories under that relate to that. So we're going to even do it for well, first of all we'll do your other 2 and then we'll go back to this one to show you. What's 2 more like primary pillars?
Another thing that I want to be known for is the fact that I don't believe that people need to go down into their wounds and sufferings and digging and just get stuck there and keep repeating the same story over and over again. That it's not necessary for them to really be able to change their life. Because most of the people that go to therapy is because they're dealing with something that they want to get rid of, right? Or they want to improve. Or they're already really good and they want to improve even more, right? So keep taking them to the digging part, it doesn't help. Like,
Amazing.
that's something
Perfect.
I completely don't stand for.
Strong pillar.
Yeah.
And then one more. It's okay. So even as a principal, so say like if I'm going telling like my friend about you, I'm like, I just did a session. She helps people shift identities and integrate the right way, and without doing any healing work. What's one more thing that you'd want me giving you just like how would I give you justice explaining like what's a third thing I could say? Does that make sense? Be looking at it from that lens. If I was describing you to someone else who could be even a potential client.
I feel like it all goes back to this again because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is to help people do this because I want people to feel a happy, fulfilled, healthy, wealthy life. Like you can have all of those things. You don't have to just suffer, or you don't have to for example, like if you want to build something that you want, it's not all about just the suffering part. There's another way of doing it as well, right? Or I'm not saying there's not going to be any pain, but the pain is going to be translated very differently when you are doing it the right way.
Amazing.
So just having people in that aspect where when they reach also what they want, they're not going to feel empty.
Yeah, love that.
Right? Or not pursuing something that's not actually what they want, but what actually they're influenced to do, right? Because we live in a very influential word, I guess, right? We get influenced very easily on everything, and then we think we want things that we don't really want.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. I think that's amazing. So like helping people live a purposeful soul-led life.
Yeah.
Love that. So then for each of these, then you're going to come up with 5 subcategories of things you can talk about that help people know you for this. So say, what's 5 things that you could talk about in your content so that people will know you as someone who creates identity shifts and integrates it the right way?
The importance of understanding what is an identity even.
Yeah.
How is it formed, and how is it affecting your life, and how can you change that? I guess.
Amazing. Yeah.
The other thing would be understanding how to change this at its core, at its root level, right? Which goes back to the mind-body aspect, mind-body-soul aspect again.
Love that.
The importance of, I don't know actually if that would be, like one thing that's about me is very different than maybe, because you mentioned this earlier as well, was the fact that I don't just believe in neuroscience only. I have believed that neuroscience, that energy and quantum physics, that spirituality, that these all are connected.
Love that. Yeah, you can show that and show how that is connected as well. It's like, I'm not just neuroscience and I'm not just energy. And I think that's what makes you so unique as well, is the fact that you have the science, but also you're into the energy. And it's like people, it's either one or the other. A lot of the times, either they're so science-backed or they're so woo-woo up in the air, but you have both together. So leaning into that is going to be huge for, like, again, your unique selling point. And then 2 more things on that. So you could talk about integration and actually lasting change, and how to create lasting change through integration in the right way or something like that. Like how to not just make fast changes that only last a week or 2 weeks or a month, but how to actually make it.
Basically the mind, body, soul way of doing it, which is you need to rewire your thoughts and beliefs on a mind level using hypno. You need to basically release the emotions and memories and experiences that your body has been storing and regulating it and resetting it through EFT. And then the third thing is, once you do those 2 things, the real essence of who you are has been always there anyway. So if anything, we're not creating a new identity. We're really getting you back to that real identity you've been all along. And
Love that. Love that. It's so good. And even as a whole other pillar as well, it's like, I think that's huge for this. It's like, you're not broken. Like, you just need to remember. Like, it's like that. I think that
because nobody was born with trauma and pain and suffering and depression and anxiety and all those things, right? Like, we weren't born with the one father, one mother was, right? These things, or attachment issues, these things came after. So either way, on a soul level, we are spiritual beings in a physical body at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So on a soul level, you always are who you are. You've always been that person. If you become more and more connected with that level of you start embodying it more and you start tapping into that.
Love that.
It's not like you created anything new.
So even talk about that.
Just guide it.
That's class. Like, talk about that more, because I think that's different as well from a lot of people. People think you need to, like, change, but you don't. You just need to unlearn. Like, I think that's your unique selling point as well. And it's true. It's like you need to, like, unlearn these things to bring you back.
The mind and body block is what's blocking that soul aspect. So when you clear those 2 and you get those two aligned, the soul will align automatically, like fall into place.
Love that. Love that. So see, that's what you're going to do with all these. So now you have all these things you could talk on in relation. This is just going to give you ideas, and then I apply that with strategy when we go into our conscious content chapter. But these are just going to be unlimited ideas, so that when you're doing your conscious yapping content, that you can go back in here, and once you fill this out, you're going to have literally unlimited ideas. That's going to make you known for what you want to be known for in relation to those principles, because then it's intentional, and you're cultivating this brand around what you want to be known for, as opposed to just kind of posting random bits in random times and just like having a big, huge spread of information. It's like intentionality. I want people to know me for ABC, so I'm going to post all these things that's going to lead them back to me being known for this.
Okay. This aspect of it, do you think it's a bit too advanced for people?
See,
because many people don't even know what the fuck is quantum physics.
Yeah, great question. So no, because with your brand, we're going to get onto this in a second as well, but there's going to be like 3 layers to your content. So for like stuff like your bio, for stuff like your pin post, we want to keep that very broad, so it's not scaring people away that we could actually help and we can actually work with. But then in your content, realistically in general, people like they see your content, they don't see your content, they see it, it's not going to put anyone off. So with that, we have a lot more leverage and leeway for attracting both types of people. So there's only going to be a smaller niche group of people that's going to relate to the in-depth stuff, and there's going to be a larger pool of people that are going to relate to the attraction versus chasing stuff. So we bring people in through that, and then you can nurture them through talking about more in-depth stuff as well. That way you're not going to put anyone off, and you're still attracting the people in, and the people who relate to that will come on to the next level, or else the people who don't might just come down into the funnel in terms of buying from you, or they might engage and be like, oh, that's curious, I'm interested, and actually knows her shit, even though they might not understand fully, but they'll get to learn from your content as well.
Because this one, like every time I talk about this on my threads, it's like where I get really everyone starts saying their opinion. No, what proof is that? If you're saying this, that means you don't know anything about quantum physics.
That's brilliant.
You don't know anything about neuroscience. I'm like, listen, like there's been physicists talking about this all along. Like it exists. It's just because it's not 100% proven as a fact yet.
But that's brilliant,
it
because
doesn't mean it's not correct.
those people are never going to work with you, and they're just boosting your engagement. So I think the more you can lean into that, the better, because those people, like, they're never going to work with you.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter, and they're just helping your engagement go as well. So
right? I thought it's a very good
very good,
controversial thing.
very good, and that's you want to lean more into that almost, because that's going to help you find your people a lot faster who agree with your side of this spectrum.
True.
Okay, and you're just going to do that for all those topics too. And same with this as well. This is going to just help you create connection ideas. So you're going to come up with your 5 beliefs around the world, 5 things that you just do for fun, 5 things that make you you. So just like your personality. But you can literally say like going to cafes.
Honestly, I need to improve because there's many things that I want to do, but I'm just like very limited right now.
Yeah, but I would even just like things like going to a cafe, getting coffees, like. Even if you do stuff with your boyfriend at all, like stuff like that, just anything that just shows a bit of you.
Okay.
It could be like...
Another challenge is I do not involve like my personal life too much.
That's actually fun.
Especially like my relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very, very private.
I think that's great.
And I really don't like including my relationship aspect of things into it.
I always
but
say...
my family, mom, dad here, things like that, I don't really mind.
I think that's so important as well. It's like you have things that you're comfortable sharing and you're aware of that, and things that you want to keep private, and that's absolutely fine as well. But just more about you, even just like what you enjoy doing, whether it's even watch Michael Jackson, like that's something you can talk about. Like that's something that you do for fun, is you went to watch his movie and you watch his YouTube videos and you listen to his music, and like that's at a point that we connected on, and there's going to be so much people on social media that will connect with that as well. Exactly. And even through my content, you've seen I did a few pieces on that. It works really well.
And I literally just talk about that. Like nothing else, just the fun part of what I...
As a pillar, because if you think about it like this is the best analogy I can use, right? So say you went through your first breakup when you were 13 years old, I don't know either or not, but like who would be the person that you would have asked for advice from in that situation? Like,
someone who has been through the same thing?
Yeah.
Or my closest friend, my best friend.
Yeah,
my
so
best friend,
but like they're not actually qualified to give you advice, but because you feel so connected to them, you get. So it's the principle in social media. It's like people a lot of the time they don't even work with the person. Like for me, there's so much people out there who have made millions more than me online. I've made money, but people work with me because they like my energy, they feel connected to me, and that could be because I play rugby and they play rugby as well, or that could be because I like Michael Jackson, they like Michael Jackson too. They're your connection points, and that's going to be the reason that people choose to work with you over other people. So it's obviously important for all these other things, but it's also important to incorporate some of that in just on its own. Because people, like I've had that happen so much times, it's actually hilarious. Like one girl paid me in full $5,000, and the reason she paid me in full is because I talked about the fact that I grew up and I got with girls or something like that, and she went through a similar experience and she wanted help with business. I grew up, and when I was like 17 I realised that I wanted to date girls, so I put up a post explaining my story and my journey, and she went through something similar. It was nothing got to do with business, but she chose me to help her with her business because she connected me on that point and literally paid me in full for that. And even that was nothing related to like my business, it was a connection point.
Yeah, honestly, I would have not invested into this if I didn't get a good feeling with you. Like absolutely, because I was so on like edge. Because you know my situation right now. Like I'm not in the best financial position. It's getting better. It's gonna get there. I have no doubt. But to make this decision, it was like very, very serious decision for me. And then I spoke to my boyfriend about you. I showed you his videos and stuff. I wanted to see what kind of feeling he gets from you. And he said the same thing. It's like, it looks like she knows her shit. I'm like, yeah, that's for sure what I figured out as soon as I asked her a question. Because when I was asking you my videos questions, you answered them exactly what I was looking for compared to the other previous person that I was working with. And I realized the difference between you guys is that he's more of a marketing, branding, paid ads strategist. You're more of a content strategy, like this style that I'm looking for, basically. So when you gave me that understanding of a rundown of my video, I was like, no, she knows, you know? You should actually do more videos like that as well.
Like reviewing people's stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good. Like
yes,
that.
because I've seen so many people do that.
Yeah, you're
They're
right,
like,
you're
okay,
right.
this kind of hook.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
You know what that would do so well for
I'm gonna
you because
take
you did
that on
that
board.
video for me, like you did that to my video, and you right away reminded me of those people that I was watching the content online about this. And I was like, oh, she's like them. I like that.
Okay, I love that. Okay,
So you
can take that on
should-
board.
yeah,
I'm
you
on
should-
it.
yeah, you should
First
do
of all, you coaching me. Let's go. I'll get a viral video now. I'll be like, thank you. You just gave me advice in our coaching session. Oh, it's class. I love that. Definitely.
Because that really made me sure that you understand content.
Yeah, I think that's important to reverse psychology that to your clients. So it's like why you invested in me, that's why your clients are going to invest in you. Obviously different information, but similar principles in terms of the energy, the connection, and feeling like you know your shit. So when you can nail those three aspects, sweet.
That's the main reason why I rebranded, because my brand was a bit too serious. And I don't know why I have this bad habit when I like try to explain something that it gets very serious, I get serious. I'm like, why can't I just smile more? Like it's almost as if it makes me distracted from the content that I'm talking about. So all of a sudden I become serious, and my mom's like, Maman, smile a little bit more. My mom, I am, but when the topic is serious, all of a sudden I forget about smiling.
Yeah. Do you know what's there's two little hacks I use to overcome this. So the first is like, if you get your boyfriend or like someone that you're with, your friend or something, to stand behind the camera and you explain it to them, it's really hard to put on the serious voice because like you're actually explaining it to a person. Because like when you're explaining all this to me, everything you just said to me, you've not been serious once. You've been like yourself.
I know, with the cameras.
So but if you just pretend or actually have someone standing there, it's impossible to talk serious.
That's true.
So that's one. Or else just do it when you feel inspired or in flow. So it's like sometimes I will literally be walking along the canal down there and I'll be like, great content idea. And I'm more like, because when you're sitting down to record content, it's a content block, it's more serious. But when you're out walking in your flow, in your joy, it's easier just to show up and just be your authentic self as well. So that's two aspects. So again, what makes you you, what you do for fun, what are your beliefs about the world? When you fill that in, that's just going to help you create that connection pillar of your content, and you just have little bits to come on again and talk about and use this content strategy that we're going to go through. Okay. Conscious content. So this is going to be your like yapping content formula essentially. And this has worked so well for my clients, especially over the last couple of weeks. Is just people either, like you said, don't have strategy around their yaps. They yap too much and it gets shit views because they have no strategy around their yaps, or it's too over strategized and it's not authentic. But when we can combine conscious content where you're like in your authentic flow, you're on the right frequency with a little bit of strategy without taking away from the conscious content, and merge those two together, that's when you have like premium content that's going to do so well and showcase you in the best possibility. So again, you know all about frequency. We don't go over this too much, but again, obviously frequency when you're producing a piece of content is so important, because if you're doing it for, it's just, again, you know all this already, but if you're doing it for a place of like, oh shit, I have to post today, or shit, like I have to get on this, it's just a different energy that you're in. It's not going to do as well. Like I always find I meditate before my content, do something for myself, like go for a cycle along the canal, come back and I'm feeling unbelievable. And when I create content from that energy, it just feels different and it does way better in views. So something to that. So you know all that as well. So the process for conscious content is, number one, these are just really good things to have in mind. Before you record a video, you want to ask yourself, what feeling do I want someone to walk away from this video having? So whether it's educated, whether it's inspired, whether it's motivated, whether it's calm, whether it's more confident, whether it's more belief in themselves, you just want to kind of, just one, not multiple, just one thing that you want someone to walk away from the video feeling. And when you have that in your mind when you're recording a piece of video, your energy is going to align with that. So it's going to be easier to really create that feeling within how you're speaking, how you're wording things, how you're articulating your words. And the second part is, what's one actual actionable thing I want someone to take away from this video? So that's like your two parts. It's like, what feeling do I want someone to take away, and what like thing are they going to do differently after watching this video? And then lastly, just am I with myself? So just making sure that like how you're speaking with me, if you can just literally replicate how you've described everything to me so far, you're going to have to record and so you're going to watch back. But if you can just like mirror that energy in when you're talking in your content, like that's you being yourself. That's peak.
Okay.
So that's like your process. Creation process. So what I always find as well. So again, as you know, following your joy and having fun is when you're actually going to get your best content ideas. Like I get my best content ideas when I'm out on a run and I just jump in my notes app. I tap it into my notes app. That's when I always get my best downloads for content. But obviously it's important to follow through with them, because again, where I see people go wrong is they have a notes app with 10 content ideas and none of them are recorded. So I have a rule with all my clients where it's like, but if you're out for a walk, you get a banging content idea, we don't want you to forget about it and never execute on it. So we have a 24-hour rule. So the rule is, this is something I want you to take away, is that once you put an idea in your notes app, it has to get out of your notes app and onto Instagram within 24 hours. Like always, this is what I've done for myself. And there's so much ideas that brought me in so many followers and got me so many leads.
You tap into different frequencies.
Exactly, I'm on the 24-hour rule. Exactly. Like,
You're right. After a day or two, that energy
is
gone. And so you can't tap back into it.
Yeah, gone. And it's like, I love the quote. It's like self-mastery is your ability to follow through on your own conscious commands. And these are your conscious commands. And when you're not following through on your own conscious commands, you're not mastering yourself, so you can't master your reality. So it links back.
I think what stops me here is that I have a little bit of an challenge with where I can record, because the place that I live in is not really like in proper lighting or anything. And then it's very small, doesn't have any proper, like, even okay background to use. So a lot of my contents that you see on my page has been recorded through my friend's home, my other friend's home, or my boyfriend's home, or the place he's been staying at. So that always limits me in terms of when I want to create content.
I think not at all, because you live in the marina. Marina's beautiful. Get out, go for a walk. Some of my I'll show you. Some of my best content ideas. Nah, sweet, like, it's sweet. And it's a cool background. Like, I'll show you. When I was in Marbella, a similar situation, because when we were in Marbella, obviously it was the war, we went to Marbella, so short notice, we were all in a small accommodation, because it was like summertime, we had to book last minute, and same situation. And nowhere really to record content. We were all working in the house all the time, so I had to just...
No, the background is nice. The challenge is that now it's getting overly hot when the lighting is really good.
Sunset. Morning time, whatever it may be, whatever it takes. Just get out and about, go for a walk. Like, even these are my Marbella ones.
And you don't think that it matters that I don't have a constant same background?
Look at mine. Mine's so...
Doesn't fucking matter,
No,
right?
it doesn't. It's actually better because it's more interesting. Stupid rules.
Okay.
Stupid rules people make up. That's not legit. But like, this one here did so well for me. It was literally just me. It got like 34,000 views, and it was just a connection piece of content. And it was me out and about in the streets, like, bad lighting. Oh, it's probably not here because it's not on my main feed, but like...
And then is it normal that even though you have so many good videos, but then you have videos like this that barely that's gotten any views or
100%. You see, like, everybody, like, really? It's just a matter of 100%. Okay. And some people are scared to like test new, especially if you try a new format or you test something different. Like, I have so much stuff that gets 200,000 views and so much stuff that sometimes it gets flops and gets 20 likes.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's different purposes as well. Some stuff's... It's not always, again, we know it's not about views and followers. It's about, and even, especially what I do, a testimonial, for example, the one I posted yesterday, got like I think it got, I don't have it on, but I think it got like 11 likes or something like that.
Yeah.
Did get 11 likes, but like out of those,
connected with me.
But exactly, and I got a lead from it, so that lead could turn into a $5,000 payment. So even though there's only 11 people, how many people are like dream clients? And views, it got 1,000 views. So some people wouldn't have liked it as well. So even though it's like lower tier, like, that post could make me 10 grand, which is like, it's just disassociating that, like, the likes and attraction from how well something's doing, especially your niche, because even for the like challenge, it's lower ticket, but then again, also we can look at this, doing this together as well, but potentially creating also just like a once-off, like, because you could easily, for your experience and your credibility, you could charge €700 for a once-off session with you for an hour and a half, like what I do, like what we're doing right now.
I have a 1 hour and a half one-on-one for 500.
Perfect.
USD, but and I have also a 12-week program. I have a...
Perfect. We can talk through more of that as well.
I have many things that I'm trying to build. It's just that I thought that the fastest way after letting go of my job was to create this challenge, to create some kind of a momentum, to introduce myself and my programs with one-on-ones in 12 weeks or 6 weeks through this challenge as well.
From my experience, like, and I would die on this hill, it's so much easier to scale a business where you have to sign 5 clients for 2K to make 10 grand, than sign 100 clients for low ticket. Like, it's so much easier. And like, you have the audience. Like, I guarantee, like it would be, like, I would find it so much easier to give you step by step in terms of signing 5 clients out of your 20,000 followers. 20,000?
11,000.
11,600. But finding 5 people out of those 11,000 people that will pay you happily 2 or 3 grand for a 1-to-1 12-week program.
Yeah, I don't think Instagram is even showing my videos to these people anymore.
Well, it's going to help. Don't worry. It doesn't. Instagram. It works every now. It used to work by showing all your videos to your followers. Now Instagram works by it's all algorithm based. This is
It
again
shows, yeah, but it shows it to new people now, no?
50-50, like, or 40-50.
Yeah.
40-60, something like that. Depends. Carousels get pushed majority to your followers. So if you lean into carousels are usually 90% followers, 10% non-followers. Reels are usually either 50-50 or 40-60 between followers and non-followers. But also how much people it gets shown to is based on the hook, mainly the hook, the format, and the viral templates that we're going to be using together, and just the rest of the strategy that we'll go through as well. Amazing. So 24-hour rule. Oh, we went on a real sidetrack there. No, it's okay. I'm saying I love it. 24-hour rule. So avoid ideas stacking up in your notes. 24-hour rule, ride the momentum. Oh yeah, that was the point we were on, was just the background. Don't worry too much about it. Literally just anywhere, even if it's like a teeny room, if you just have any bit of natural light at all, background, it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Like, it just, people want to see you. It's your energy, you know. It's not about where you're recording or what you're doing. As long as you have natural light coming in, that's the main thing. So even if it's in your house, just try to find any part of a window and just get the natural light coming to your face, and just 0.5 it. Like, even this viral one is literally this one that got me 5,000 likes the other day.